Hey Jeremy, here is that website audit I said I would get to you. So to begin with, when we direct search your name, um, this comes up, so that's good. The one thing I would say is there's probably room for improvement in your site title, and I'll show you examples of that in a second. The next thing I would recommend is to increase the number of photos you have on your Google Map listing, and also I want to commend you on taking the time to respond to some reviews. You've done it kind of intermittently, and it's a good habit to get into. The one comment I would make on here is to try and incorporate your keyword and location, or your top keywords and your location in your response. And so I see that there is people that are using kind of some of the keywords in their um, reviews, and that's great. But this is a chance for you to kind of incorporate more of your different keywords and your location. So just try and make a habit of that when you're responding to your reviews. Coming onto your site, I think whoever built it did a really great job. I think it looks really awesome and it's kind of cool. I've never really seen an electrician site like this, so that's awesome. Um, kind of looking at what people are searching. So this is a keyword tool I have, and as an electrician, these are kind of your top keywords that people search for. This represents search volume in a month. I don't like to look at these numbers as hard and fast, like this is how much people are searching. I use it more as a gauge as to what term is searched more. So an electrician is searched more than electrical contractors. And so this is kind of what I'm basing this audit on, is the electrician as your top keyword. And so when we're looking electrician Kelowna, kind of these are the first few that come up. These are just kind of directory sites. But Hotwire Electric Kelowna, Experienced Electricians, Homes Electric Kelowna, and Epic Electric Kelowna Electrician. And so when we're looking back at your site title, Lit Electrical Services, I think having your company name in the title is important, and that's good. But all of the top guys have Kelowna, at least Kelowna in their name, if not electrician. So having Kelowna and electrician in your site title, I think will serve you well. When we're comparing everybody else's site to yours, I guess first we'll go back here. Knowing that electrician is your top keyword, when we see when we're searching for your top keyword on your site, the actual word electrician isn't used at all. And actually I noticed that Kelowna isn't either. So it says 0 to 0. But when we look at your competitor sites, this person used electrician 17 times on their website. It's a lot. I think it's too much. These guys used it 6 times. And these guys also used it 6 times. So I think 6 is probably a good number. And when we're looking at, what do these sites have that yours doesn't? And one of the major ones is the amount of content they have. And so when you're adding more words on your page, it's a chance to tell Google more about what you do and where you do it. And so I would make an effort of kind of breaking down and describing your services a little bit more in more detail, and even breaking down like what are the services inside residential and what are the services inside commercial that you do, and explain a little bit more about that on your homepage. These guys as well, like quite a bit more words on the page. And these guys, not a ton of words, but the next kind of big thing that these guys are all doing more is the amount of pages they have. So this is how many pages Google says this website has, is 82. This one has 22. And this one has 43. Your site has 5. And so when we're looking at adding more pages, you might be asking, like, what kind of pages should I add? Well, again, we can kind of break down, you do have residential and commercial, but we can break down the services inside these even more. So give more examples of the kind of services you offer. And then the next best thing would be creating a blog. So these guys have a news heading here. And this is a great way to add relevant content to your site, increasing the number of pages. Content is a major ranking factor in Google. It's one of the top 3 things we have to do as SEO experts is make sure the content is on point. And I always recommend to everybody to create a blog, and there's certain strategies as to what to write about, and we can get into that in more detail. But definitely these are kind of some of the strategies about getting more pages. Coming back to your site, there is another thing that was kind of overlooked. So this itself is done okay. It's tagged H1. So the H tags represent the importance of the language on your website, and the H1 is the very first thing that Google reads when it comes to your website. And so telling Google exactly what you do and where you do it is a great thing to do here. So I would say electrical contractor licensed and insured in Kelowna in here. But whoever built it tagged everything in H1, so this is also an H1. And so you're telling Google that this is as important as the top one, and this is as important as the other 2 as well. They're all H1. And so it's telling Google mixed signals. And since Google reads H1 first, it's reading all of these at the same time. And so the H tags need to be optimized as well. So that's kind of what I had for you in terms of the website audit and comparing you against your top competitors. Obviously, content plays a big factor, but there's a lot more that goes into SEO and behind the scenes. So having a strong backlinking campaign is important as well. And we can definitely discuss that more on the phone. And so let me know when you are done watching this and we can set up a time to chat. All right. Thanks, Jeremy.